Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. How are you doing? Alrighty. So I see a few of you guys are here early. I just want to make sure that you hear me okay. Please give me a thumbs up in the comments if my audio is good. Just let me know. Just let me know and then we'll get started. You guys, I am mad today. Okay, mad. Just waiting on a sound check in the comments to let me know I'm good, that you guys hear me. Thumbs up, thumbs up. Anybody? Do you hear me? I'll just wait until somebody tells me. Somebody tells me that they can hear me or not. And then I'm going to let loose. Does anybody hear me? Okay. Yvonne says we are good. Thank you, Yvonne. I appreciate you so much. All right, guys. So before we start this crazy rant that I have for you today, I want to make sure that it's scrolling at the bottom here that you can see. But if you have not already done so, please make sure you go to the join button, which should be right next to my subscribe button. And make sure you join the Let's Talk fam. As you can see, Gabriella just joined. She's part of the Let's Talk fam. So you can see that she has a little special icon next to her name, which indicates she is a member. And I am doing a special drawing, $100 gift card for the first 50 people that join my channel. You will be entered in to win this drawing. Not to mention, I will continue to do drawings for my members only. So if you want to join, please make sure to do that. So I can see that there are a few of you guys in the chat right now. I'm super excited, but I'm super hot. Okay, I'm super hot because something happened today and I ranted about it on Instagram, but I was just fuming about it. Like I was fuming to the point where like I called my mom and I was just like, Mom, I just got off Instagram and I was ranting about it on Instagram and now I got to rant to you because my mom also is familiar with the area as well. So here it goes. Okay. I have been living in this same exact area for over 15 years. Okay. It's almost going on 16 years. And I live in a really nice area. Okay. It's like middle class to upper class neighborhood. Okay. I live here for a reason. Okay. I used to live in California before that. And I lived in a nice area in California, but you know, California, it was starting to get a little trashy for me, a little run down. And you know, not that California is bad or anything like that. And then before that, I lived in the city of Chicago, on the south side. Okay, so I'm very familiar with where I want to be and where I don't want to be. Okay, so I, on purpose, when I look for a place to live, there's a lot of things that I look at, and one of them is, you know, how do I put this so that it's not coming off rude? The demographic, okay? The demographic. I don't want to be where there's a lot of poverty, a lot of crime, bad schools, you know, ghetto people. Oh, you guys are hearing an echo? Echo bad for everyone? Yes. I don't hear an echo. Let's see. Hold on. Tell me if that's better. Is that echo better? Or does that sound better? You still hear an echo. Do you hear an echo now? Every single time I try to get on here. Is it good now? Yes. Okay. It's good now. Okay. So anyways, when I'm looking for a place to live, I, you know, want to make sure that it's a nice area. I want to make sure that it's not trashy, you know, that it's not overly populated with a certain demographic. I want it to be very, and when I say certain, I mean any certain demographic. I want it to be very diverse, but yet I want it to be a good mix of people, which is where I live. Okay. That's the area I live in. It's a nice area. There's no there's no pollution. There's no trash in places. There's no graffiti in places. You rarely hear about crime. You rarely, you know, go into a store and see you know, trash, okay? To put it lightly. You rarely see trash. However, and I want to ask you guys if you guys have been experiencing the same thing, because since the beginning of Joe Biden's America, okay, I have been noticing that in my area, in the stores that I frequent, the grocery store, in particular today, Home Goods, TJ Maxx, which I am a frequent. Okay. When I say frequent, I am at Home Goods and TJ Maxx probably like 2 to 3 times a week. Okay. I go in there to get my coffee. I go in there to get like my, facial products, shampoo, things like that. Like I don't get that stuff at the grocery store. I go to TJ Maxx and Home Goods. Okay. And my TJ Maxx and Home Goods is in a very, very nice neighborhood. Across the street are $1 million homes. Okay. Not my $1 million home, but there are $1 million homes across the street. Okay. So as of late, and when I say late, I mean as of Joe Biden's America, the start of Joe Biden's America, I have been going into my TJ Maxx and I had been noticing that there were just a lot of people, like an abundance of people. Okay. Now I typically know people at my TJ Maxx, not just the workers there, but the people that frequent the TJ Maxx because we're all from this area. Okay. And I was noticing that there was just a lot of people I wasn't seeing. Okay. It was almost like, when it before Christmas, before Black Friday, that type of thing, you start to see a lot more people in the stores, right? Because people are shopping, and that's pretty normal to see. But as of late, it has been recently, it just feels like it's Black Friday every day, all day. Okay. It's not just on the weekends. I'm fortunate enough that I don't work a regular job. I make my own hours. I work from home. So I have the benefit of going to the store in the middle of the day when most people are at work. Well, recently, when I've been going to my Home Goods, it has been packed. It has been packed with a lot of Hispanic people. Now, before you guys get all crazy on me and like, oh, dang, she's going that route. Well, listen, I'm Hispanic, okay, full Hispanic, and I have a problem with this. And I'll tell you why I have a problem with this, okay? When I go into my TJ Maxx and I go over to the shoe aisle and I go to try on shoes and I see somebody's old, crusty shoes on the shelf where the brand new shoes should be because they came in there and put on the new shoes and left their old shoes on the shelf, it's a problem. Okay. Now, one time I saw it, but then I started to notice that it was happening quite a bit. Then you start going down the aisles and people are acting as if it's a Black Friday sale. They have their carts piled super high. I mean, these people act like they just came into money. Okay. Like they just came into money. And I'm thinking, what money could they be coming into? Well, stimulus checks, unemployment checks. And the reason why I say unemployment checks, because you would say, well, if they're collecting unemployment checks, how are they shopping? Well, because they're collecting unemployment checks probably when they don't need them. Okay. They probably don't need them. And when you go check out at my TJ Maxx, there's like 4 or 5 people at the cashier section where there used to be 12 people at the cashier section. What does that tell me? It tells me that they don't have the workers to cover the store. Why is that? Because they're on unemployment. Why is that? Because Joe Biden is making it so appealing for people to be on unemployment. Now, I'm old enough to remember when being on unemployment was not something you were proud of. It was not something that you bragged about. It was not something that you strived to do. But it seems like being on unemployment is like the new status symbol. I'm on unemployment. I don't have to work. I can be up in TJ Maxx putting on shoes and not paying for them. That's what makes me even more mad. You're getting stimmy checks, you're getting unemployment checks, and you're stealing. And that's not the only evidence I have. As I was going through my TJ Maxx today, I was in the aisle where they have food because I have a TJ Maxx, which is a Home Goods as well. So they have food items, right? I was in there to get my coffee. There's a lady in there with a screaming kid, which every single time I go in there, there's a screaming kid. Okay. And she's doing everything she can to keep this kid quiet, besides grabbing that kid by the arm and taking him out of the store and taking him out to the car and doing what most parents do, which is, okay, that's what my parents did. That is giving him a good paliza, like we like to call it in Spanish. That's a smacking, right? I know that people don't believe, in spanking their kids anymore, but I'm a believer. Okay, I'm a believer of that. Anyways, she decides she's going to take a bag of chips off the shelf and open it and hand it to her child. And her child's throwing the chips on the floor in my nice TJ Maxx, in my high-end bougie TJ Maxx, which is how I like it, okay? I don't shop at Walmart for a reason, because that type of situation is what I don't want to see, okay? So then her kid throws the chips on the floor. So the lady doesn't think, well, let me take her out of the store and go home. No. This lady wants to keep shopping. So now she takes a bag of candy off the shelf, opens that up, and gives it to her child. That's not the end of the story, ladies and gentlemen. So as I roll my eyes and continue to stroll on by, I see this lady take the bag of chips that she opened and place it in the back of the shelf where nobody could see. I was appalled. Okay. I was just like, really? You're going to open up a bag of chips. It's like $2.99. It's less than what you're going to pay at the grocery store for it. You're going to open it for your bratty kid, and then you're not even going to pay for it. You're going to put it back on the shelf? Really? Wow. Okay. So I'm going through the store some more. I just roll my eyes and keep on going. And I see another guy. And when I start to pass by this other guy, I see him stealing something off the shelf. I saw him put it in his pocket. I saw him like look at it like this, and then he just like put it in the pocket. I could not believe what I was seeing. Okay, now I know that happens. I know that people steal. I'm not stupid. But to see it like this, not just today, but I've seen it like at the grocery store in the same exact shopping center. It's out of control. It is out of control. And I can only attribute it to the fact that there has been an influx of people let into this country that should not be here. Okay. Because when I look at these people that are in the store doing what they're doing, these people look like at 11, 12, 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, they should be at work. They should be at work. And when I went to go check out at the checkout, I was like, I wonder how they're paying. Like, do they have some type of like, special debit card? I was looking for that unemployment debit card. I was seeing a lot of people paying with cash. I didn't see a whole lot of people paying with any type of card. They had like these two women that had a cart full of stuff, okay, and two screaming kids, and more with screaming kids, had a cart full of stuff, and they opened up their wallet and they both had like stacks of cash in their wallet, okay? How many of you guys have seen those videos and those pictures of those like trucks, like those huge 18-wheeler trucks packed full of immigrants that they have brought over the border, and they're just dropping off in random places? I called my mom and I'm like, Mom, could it be that these people have been dropped off somewhere around here and this is where they're coming from? Like, why would they bring them to Dallas of all places? Because that's where I live, is in Dallas. And Dallas is a really nice area for the most part. I mean, you can go to South Dallas and it's a little rough, okay? But, where I'm at, there's not a rough area for a long radius, okay? So my mom says to me, well, no, it would make sense that they're dropping them off in nicer areas because they wouldn't survive if they dropped them off in bad areas. And that was oh so true. When I heard it, I was like, wow, that is so true. So fast forward, I leave the Home Goods like really annoyed, okay? Like really annoyed, because I'm just like, you know what? I don't even enjoy shopping here anymore. And you guys, please understand, like this is not like to bash on any race or anything like that. But if I was going to bash on a race, it would be the Latinos, my people. Okay. My people are causing a problem. Okay. I am going to be the first to say that. Okay. So, and in my culture, we call it la latinera. Okay. So I looked at that and I was like, I called my mom, and I'm going to give you some Spanish real quick. I called my mom and I was like, Mommy, I was like, la latinera at the TJ Maxx was out of control. That's how I speak to my mom in Spanglish. Okay. Anyways, so I was just really freaking upset. I get on Instagram Live. I do this crazy live. I'm like, oh, I just need to like let off this steam. I'm about to go into the grocery store, which was like 3 stores down. But I was sitting in my car because what do I see in the parking lot? People pandering for money. Okay. People pandering for money. And this is not the first time I've seen that. I'm going to tell you guys a story in a second. It's going to blow your mind about what happened to me in this very same parking lot a couple weeks ago. Okay. So I'm sitting in my car looking around and I'm just like waiting for these people to just disappear. Okay. Amelia, thank you so much for the super chat. I will go through and read everything when I'm done here, but I'm on a roll. So I'm waiting for these people to disappear. Okay. There's an Asian guy walking around. I mean, a good looking, like not looking like he's homeless Asian guy walking around with some type of like pamphlet. Okay. And I realize that he's showing it to the people that he's walking up to because I'm thinking he doesn't speak English, right? So he has a sign where he's showing people this sign and they're reading it and whatever it says. Okay. Anyways, I see him. Then I see this other lady who I have seen before, this white lady who I've seen before. She walks around and she walks right up to doors and, of cars and gets people right as they're in their car, whether they're leaving or coming. And she asks them for money. And it's the same song and dance every time that her car broke down and blah, 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 blah. Okay. Then there is another lady who is a black lady, but she is actually my favorite because she has been there a very long time. And she stands in front of the grocery store and sings gospel music, and she has a beautiful voice. Now, people go and give her money, but she's not walking around bothering people. She's standing there, she's singing, she's doing something for donations. Okay. So I'm okay with her. I'm not bothered by her. She's super nice. I have given her money before, and she doesn't frequent it as much as these other people do. Now, let me get to my story. Okay. I did not end up going in the grocery store. I got out of my car and they started coming at me like zombies in the apocalypse. Okay. Like, I was like, no. I got in my car, y'all. And mind you, I had to be somewhere at like 7:45, like literally a block up the street. I got in my car and drove 10 minutes away to a grocery store that was further away in an area where I knew these people wouldn't be because it's right next to a Four Seasons hotel. And there's really nothing, like there's nothing else around there but this hotel and this grocery store. Okay. Super, super like different, even from my area. So I get in my car and I drive over there to go to that grocery store. Now, I didn't encounter anybody suspicious there, but nevertheless, it's pretty sad that I drove 10 minutes out of my way and then 10 minutes back just to avoid that situation and those people. Okay. So let me take you back a couple weeks ago. This story is crazy. Okay. So I am pulling into the same parking lot that I'm talking to you about. And I am going to a Target at this point. So the Target is right after the TJ Maxx, but in between the TJ Maxx and the grocery store. And I'm backing up my car to straighten out my parking because I had pulled in kind of crooked. And in my backup camera, I see this lady on a little, like the disabled scooters that they have for people who can't walk. They get on these little scooters or whatever. This lady comes like behind my car. She can clearly see I'm backing up. So I hit my brake so I don't run into her. And she apparently has a horn on this thing and beeps it. And I'm like, oh, sorry, whatever. So she passes. I go to pull back into the parking space. So my car's like this. And then, there's always like another car facing you. And as I'm pulling in, wheelchair or like motor scooter lady comes in between me and the other car. How she got around that fast, I don't know. And I was like, what the hell is going on? So I roll down my window and she says, excuse me. Oh, by the way, she's a black lady. Okay. She says, older black lady. She must have been in her 60s, mid 60s, right? She says, excuse me. And I said, I said to my son who's next to me, I said, oh man, she's probably going to be mad because I almost hit her. But you know what? Let me just bite the bullet and apologize. So I roll down my window and I'm like, hi, ma'am. Sorry about that. And she says to me, I need help. And I said, oh, you need help. Okay. What do you need help with? And she says to me, I have 2 flat tires across the street and I need help. And I said, well, what kind of help do you need? I have my son in the car. We can get out. We can help you. And she says to me, I just need help. I have 2 flat tires. I'm over there by the Schlotsky's Deli, which was across this busy street. Okay. And I said, okay, well, let me finish parking my car and I'll help you. We'll get you some help. So I go to finish parking my car and she says, excuse me, can I get through? Okay. That's exactly how she said it. I was like, sure. Like, you're the one that's sitting here in the wrong area to begin with, but whatever, go ahead. Okay. So I back up my car again, let her pass, right? We pull in and I look around and she's not there. So I said to my son, where did she go? My son looks behind us and she's like booking it, okay, down the parking lot in the opposite direction, away from us. So I thought to myself, I guess she doesn't need our help, right? Didn't think anything of it. Well, me being me, okay, things start to like process in my brain or whatever. And I'm in Target and I said, son, did she say that her car had 2 flat tires and she was at Schlotsky's Deli? And he's like, yeah. And I said, well, Schlotsky's Deli is right next to a Firestone Tires. Why wouldn't she go to the Firestone Tire for help? Because mind you, she didn't say she needed money from me. She said she needed help. Okay. So, and Gabriella and Amelia, thank you again for the super chats. Thank you so much. So I thought that was weird, right? I was like, why would she not have gone to the Firestone right next to the place that she said her car's got 2 flat tires? So when we leave, it's still bothering me, right? So I tell my son, let me just drive around and see if I can find her. Because my first initial thought was that this lady maybe like cognitively was not good. Like maybe she had dementia. There were some apartments across the street, so it's possible. But then she said her car. So I'm thinking, okay, that's weird. Maybe she was driving and she had some type of an episode, got out, whatever. I'm like making up all these scenarios in my head, right? Excuse me. So I said, let's just drive up and down the shopping center and see if we can find her. Drove up and down like 3 or 4 times and I just wouldn't let it go. Like I was like fixated on finding her. Finally, I see her. So I said, oh, there she is. She was like on the sidewalk. And I told my son, I said, I'm going to park and we're going to get out and just check on her to make sure she's okay. Well, I went to go park and before I knew it, out of sight, couldn't find her anywhere. I'm telling y'all, this lady, I need to find out what kind of battery she had in that thing because she moves so quick in this little scooter that like, she's just like, like she took off. Okay. So we go inside the store that she was by. We go inside the grocery store, like thinking maybe she like quickly went into the grocery store. Couldn't find her anywhere. So I said, you know what? Let me call the non-emergent police line and just have them see if they can have an officer come out and check on her because I was worried, y'all. Like nothing malicious was actually like occurring to me about this lady off the bat. Although now when I like think about it, like it should have been really obvious to me what was going on. But I was just more or less worried about her. You know what I mean? And I want to preface this. This woman was a very nice looking woman. She was a little bit heavy set lady, but she was a very nice looking woman. She had a cute, her hair was cute. She had a cute little visor. She looked like somebody's grandmother, y'all. So I call the police. I tell them the story and I said, hey, if you guys could send out just a car here, here's where we last saw her. Here's what she looks like. If you can send somebody out just to come and check on her, I'm a little bit concerned. Has anybody reported their granny missing or their mom missing or something? And the lady said to me, no, nobody's reported, but we'll send somebody out. Well, usually there's a police car in the area in general that just kind of goes up and down the shopping center, especially now since it's like hood central lately. And so I thought to myself, well, I'll wait there and I'll see if, the officer shows up and maybe I can kind of help him look for her and kind of give him some more information. Well, he never really showed up. My son was getting really antsy, wanted to go home, right? Cool. We went home. And because I'm constantly in that shopping center, I made it a point every time, I made it a point every time to drive and just see if I saw her. Like, it was just sticking on my brain and sticking on my brain. So 2 weeks later, 2 weeks after, this was just a few days ago, I dropped my son off at physical therapy, which is right around the corner. I told y'all I'm in that area all the time. Okay. And I thought to myself, you know what? I got to go somewhere, go run an errand, but let me cut through this parking lot really quick. Something inside me was telling me, let me cut through this parking lot really quick and just see if I see this lady. Lo and behold, I saw her. And I was like, oh my gosh, I saw. So like, I didn't have time because I had to be somewhere. I didn't have time to stop and talk to her. But what I did was when I got to my destination, I was going to my hair appointment. My hairstylist is on here. She can attest. When I got to my hair appointment, I sat there in the parking lot and I called and asked and told the police, hey, I called 2 weeks ago. I reported this situation. Do you guys maybe have my call on record? Well, luckily, they store everything by your phone number. So they were able to pull up my previous report. And she says to me, oh, yeah, you were that lady that called about the elderly lady in the parking lot. And I said, yeah. I said, did y'all ever come out? And she said to me, get this, y'all lean in for this tea. Okay, lean in, everybody, just listen. Okay. She says to me that the little old lady is wanted in a robbery. In a robbery, y'all. Okay. Apparently, because as soon as I heard that, I was like, girl, like that's literally how I was talking to the dispatcher. I was like, girl, you have to tell me what is going on. What do you mean? Like we were like two Judys, okay, talking together. And I was like, tell me everything. What happened? So she says, well, here's the thing. Apparently, she has been approaching a lot of people in that parking lot, and we've gotten a lot of calls about her, but we have not actually been able to catch up with her. And I said, yes, because she's so fast. Like she moves at the speed of light. And she says, yeah, but she's not alone. And I was like, she's not alone. And she was like, no, girl, she's not alone. And I was like, what? Apparently, she has two male accomplices, also African-American. Now, she only gave me that information because I'm in that area so much. She wanted to kind of give me the description of these people, of the other people that were working with her, to kind of let me know what to look out for, right? So she tells me the other two men that are working with her are two young African-American males, and one of them actually has been caught, but the other one has not, and she has not. Now, she's not the one that actually does the robbery. She is the accomplice. So her game is she lures people in with the song and dance of my car's broke down, and she tries to get them to come with her, and then she goes to a car, and at the car is where these two men jack people, take their purses, take their money, whatever it is, okay? I could not believe it. I could not believe it. The most unsuspecting person that you would think, lady in a wheelchair, elderly, all by herself, because you don't see the two guys, right? No, I haven't seen the two guys. I don't know exactly what they look like other than the fact that they're African-American. But you know what the lady told me? She said, we think that they're actually related to her, either grandsons or nephews. And I thought to myself, how terrible is that? Now, you all know, who have been following me, know that I've been dealing with this with a elderly abuse case with Richard, the elderly man that I'm helping. And she said to me, the lady said to me, she said, you know what? This is a form of elderly abuse. What's happening is these elderly people get forced by their family members to do this type of stuff. Okay. they force them to, they say, hey, well, you don't have to actually commit the crime, but we need you, to be around looking helpless, luring people in so that we can go ahead and commit the crime. Okay. It's so sad. It's so sad that in the midst of everything, yeah, Granny Crib, in the midst of everything that's going on right now with the Juneteenth and the Black Lives Matter, and we want equality and treat us all like we're the same. And here you have 2 African-American males using an elderly lady. Now, whether they're using her or she's willingly doing this, I don't know. I'm just making that assumption, to commit crime against people, against white people. Mainly because that's what's in the area. Okay. In my area, there's a lot of white people, but there's also a lot of East Indian Asian people. Okay. And they're a whole nother one. Okay. I can't even tell you now, recently, how many times I see these Muslim women sitting on a corner with their young children, like babies hanging off their hip. And they've got like 3 and 4 kids standing on a busy street corner, hustling for change. Now, the other day, there's one that I see all the time. I finally saw her leave her little hustle spot, and she got into a Mercedes-Benz, y'all. She got into a Mercedes-Benz. So, I say that part of the story to say this, okay? We should never judge a book by its cover, number 1. Number 2, be very, very careful, especially now, of your surroundings, because you never know who is who and what is what. Nowadays, we hear people talking about, oh my God, it was just a kid. It was just a toy gun. He wasn't doing nothing, right? He wasn't doing nothing. I forget how Damani Felder says it. Didn't do nothing. Is what he says. Didn't do nothing, crew. But these people, even though to you it looks like they didn't do nothing, or they're helpless, or they're harmless, these people are hurting people. These people are committing crimes against people. And that's not fair. That is not fair. So I just wanted to share that story with you guys, and obviously my earlier story, because I'm really, really enraged about the state of this country. I'm really, really enraged that people don't see the correlation, of what's going on here. That Joe Biden opens up our borders, and then all of a sudden in red states like mine, okay, I don't even want to fathom to think what's going on in blue states, in nice areas in blue states or border states, right? That now there's like this influx of Hispanic people coming into the area. Not that I have a problem with Hispanic people coming into the area, but I need them to come in legally. Okay. Because see, what happens is if they come in illegally, then they get here and they feel like everything is up for grabs for them. They can take whatever they want. The rules don't apply to them. And that's why you see stuff with like people stealing, people, ruining stores, leaving stores a mess. I mean, my Home Goods was such a nice place, and now it looks trashy, y'all. And I don't mean to make it a big deal with it being Home Goods or anything like that. Any store, even the grocery store, looks trashy. It really, really bothers me. It bothers me a whole lot because I hate to see this happening to our country. And I hate that, people want to pretend like this isn't the reality. Like they want to make it all like, oh, let everybody in, everybody gets a chance. And it's not, that's not reality. Okay. Yes, everybody, we should welcome everybody, of course, but you need to come in the right way. I'm going to tell you another story. Okay. So actually, before I start that, let me just look at these super chats and also the chats from my join members really quick so I can make sure to thank everybody. Again, thank you, Amelia Makowicz for the super chat. You said, I freaking love you. Even my 7-year-old is appalled when she sees these types of behavior. Rant on, girl. Thank you so much, Amelia. Gabriella, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. And Amelia, once again, with another super chat. I officially love you even more just for saying my name correct. Oh, thank you. And then Rob Brantley. Rob, I appreciate you always. Thank you so much for the $10 super chat. And the members. Oh, you guys are loving my Tumblr. Yes, this is the leftist tears Tumblr from Candace Owens and the Daily Wire. So if you're a member of the Daily Wire, which I am, you get this. And I love this. I love this Tumblr. I get so many compliments on it. Oh yeah, Gabriella. Gabriella used to work in the area, so she knows the husbands are there too. They're sitting there waiting, and you have to ask yourself, so why are the husbands not out there begging? No. They send their wives to go do the begging, y'all. They send their wives to go do the begging. I love Damani Felder. Awesome, me too. I live in one of the bluest states. Panhandlers and homeless is bad. Yeah. Anyways, so let me tell you another story, okay? And this is about immigrant related. So Dave, he has my husband, he has like a workout thing that he does in front of the house that he started way back in COVID because he couldn't go to the gym, right? So he started to accumulate equipment and started this whole workout thing outside. Anyways, it's grown and grown. People always come by and want to work out with him because he does it in the street. He's like super hardcore. And about 2 weeks ago, this guy named Javier came by and he said, "Hey, I was just wondering if I could come work out with you." And he said, "Sure, you can come out. I always invite people to come out and work out. If you want to come out and work out, just to try it, that you're welcome to come whenever. But then if you decide to stay, he asked for like a $10 donation because people use his equipment and he has to keep his equipment, usable and, obviously get more equipment as more people come. So he asked that people pay like a $10 drop-in fee. Anyways, he says, "Cool, no problem. I'll be here tomorrow." So Javier comes. And by the way, Javier is from Peru. Now, let me tell you another thing about Javier. 2 weeks ago, Javier told us that he was in the process of obtaining his U.S. citizenship. So Javier has been living here for, I believe, almost 7.5 years on a visa. Like I said, he is from Peru, and Javier is gay. He is legally married to his partner. I have not met his partner. Dave has met him, and he says he's very, very nice. They're a very sweet couple. And his partner is a citizen, but Javier is not. Okay. So Javier said, yes, in 2 weeks, I'm going to be taking my citizenship test. And Dave was like, "Oh my gosh, that's so awesome. That's awesome. Like that you're doing that, you're doing it the right way." And he goes, "Oh yes." He says, "I love this country. This country is the greatest country. And it really, really pains me to see how people who have their U.S. citizenship, they're born with it, right? It pains me to see how they take it for granted, how they talk poorly about this great country." He says, "Because I have never felt so loved and accepted as I have in this country." And I thought, wow, what a cool story. He's an immigrant. He's not even legal yet. Okay, this was 2 weeks before. And he's gay and he loves this country. He had nothing bad to say about it, right? Anyways, fast forward 2 days ago, Javier took his citizenship test and he came over to the house for his workout. And I saw Dave meet him out there and he said, "So what happened? How did the test go?" And I could see it because I was watching from across the street. I wasn't right next to them. I wish I would have been because I would have loved to get this moment on camera. But Javier starts to explain to him that he passed his test and he is officially a U.S. citizen. And it was really sweet because I saw Dave just like reach out and just give him a hug. And I was just like, "Oh my gosh, that's so sweet." Like this is what it's all about. Like here is, somebody who's born with citizenship, who, doesn't know this guy for 2 weeks. That's it. And is celebrating the fact that he is now an American citizen. And so Dave works out with a huge American flag, always posted up. And when he runs with the flag. And Javier says, "Can we go take a picture next to the flag?" And Dave was like, "Absolutely, absolutely. We're going to take a picture." So he calls me over and he's like, "Can you take a picture of us?" And so I took the picture. I actually posted it on my Instagram page. I also posted it on my Facebook page. And it was just like a really, really sweet moment because he was so happy, y'all, to be a United States citizen. Now he has to wait, I think, like 5 or 6 months for the official swearing in, or I'm sorry, I think he's already been like technically sworn in, but the official big deal swearing in ceremony he has to wait for. But he was like, saying, oh, I would love for you to come. And, he really, really thought that we were super sweet for, bringing him in and accepting him. And I'm like, of course we would. You're a cool person. Why would there be any reason for us not to accept you in? And I think that people need to understand that. Like, as a conservative, people always make this judgment that like I'm anti this and I'm anti that and I don't support this and blah 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 blah. I could care less. I could care less what sexuality you want to be. I could care less who you want to marry. I could care less who you vote for. Okay, if you're a good person and you have a kind heart and you're cool with me and you're genuine with me, that's all I care about. I have tons of friends who don't agree with me politically, or on many issues, and I still have great relationships with them because it's more than just about their beliefs. Now, obviously, when you have like faith and things like that, you surround yourself with people who have similar values. Now, that's really the only thing that I care about, is that, the people that I surround myself with on a regular basis, which there's not many that I surround myself on a regular basis with, that they have similar values to me. But other than that, I am more than happy to celebrate your success. And, especially if you're going about things the right way. And I love that Javier, and he said to me, he said, it is not cheap to become a US citizen. It costs, and it's cost time. It costs thousands and thousands of dollars. He says, I have been studying for this test for years. Can you guys imagine studying for a test for years? And some of the questions that are on that test are things that me as an American citizen doesn't even know the answer to. Okay. But yet somebody who comes into this country who doesn't know anything about our history, okay, is expected to know all of that and to know it well, right? His English is very, very broken. His English is very, very broken. But he said, you know what? They were so nice to me at the immigration office when I took my test. They were very, very patient with me when it came to like speaking. And I thought, you see, this country is not trying to keep people out. We're not trying to do that. We're just trying to make sure the right ones get in, and they get in right. So it's a great story. I wanted to kind of share that with you guys at some point, and I thought now would be the perfect time. Let me just go ahead and take a look at another super chat. Amelia, you're amazing. Okay, you said, I know it's super late, but my daughter is watching with me, and she wanted to make sure I told you she loves you as well. Lots of love for Mia. Oh, thank you, Mia. I love you too. Mwah. And I'm going to say, you gave me that super chat. Thank you so much, sweetie. I appreciate it. Oh, so see, Gabriella, she's gone through that too. Now, Gabriella is my hairstylist, y'all, and she has terrible English. Okay. When I tell you, and she's going to laugh at me because I always make fun of her French. She's from France, and her English, y'all, is so broken. I'm like, how did they let you into this country? We tease each other all the time. I love her so much. But my God, it's a chore to listen to the words sometimes, because I have to be like, wait, what? There was something funny she said the other day that I can't remember, but I'm always constantly making fun of her. But you know what? It's all in good fun. I love her. I respect her. And that's it. That's it. So, all right, let me go back through some of the super chats. Let's see if I just missed anything. I don't think I did. You guys have been silent while I've been talking over here. I'm wondering if I have you that engaged. All right. Carolyn said, I live in one of the bluest states. Oh, I already read that one. Okay. Sonia said, oh my God, just heard the story of the old lady robber. Yes, Sonia, crazy. Joe John, I love your comment. Granny Grip. Stone, you said at your Walmart as well. I mean, I expected at a Walmart, y'all. I got to go over to my other screen so I can share this. I expected at a Walmart, okay? And I don't mean for that to sound bad, but we all know what goes on in a Walmart. It's trash, okay? And nothing again. Okay, I will go into a Walmart and shop when I'm desperate, but it's not my first choice. It's not. Okay. Stone said we couldn't go. I'm going to put that up there. We couldn't go to other countries without a passport. That's correct. And also, if anybody here has ever been to like Abu Dhabi, the United Emirates, um, they are super, super strict. If you want to read something very, very interesting, look up the rules for Americans when going into the United Arab Emirates. Okay. There are a lot of rules that you have to abide, and they do not play with you. Okay. You will go straight to jail and never be allowed back there again. The United Arab Emirates is extremely beautiful. Okay. There is not a speck of garbage on the floor. I swear they sweep the floors there. It is a gorgeous, gorgeous place for a reason, because they don't let foreigners in. And the foreigners that do come into the country only come in there to work. Okay. They are not allowed to live there. Now, if you marry an Emirati, I think that's what they call it, Emirati, something like that. If you marry one, you don't automatically get citizenship. In fact, I think you can never get citizenship. Okay. You have to be born into it. So the only true Emiratis are the royal family there, and that's it. So to give you an idea, we are the only country that allows people to come in as freely as we do. Okay. So it kills me that the media paints us out to be this like immigrant hating monster of a nation, when that's just not the case. That's just not the case. So anyways, great comment. Let's see. Granny's gone wild. I love it. I love it. Yep, there was a lookout. There's always a lookout, y'all. There's always a lookout. Okay. Yvonne said, think about it this way. If 100 people each give you $1, you have just easily made a quick $100 tax-free. Okay, so this is a funny story. So after I initially saw the old lady in the parking lot, we have this app. I don't know if you guys have it in your city, but we have this app called Nextdoor, where like if like in your surrounding area, you can like post stuff, like people post animals for sale or lost animals or whatever. I get annoyed with it because people are constantly taking pictures of cats, and they're like, somebody's cat is in my yard. Does anybody know who this cat belongs to? And I'm like, seriously, cats roam all the time. What are you doing? Right. Anyways, occasionally there's some good stuff on there. So I decided to post about this situation in the parking lot. And this lady, when I went back and looked, and this was by the time I figured out what was going on with like the robbing and all this other stuff, this lady had posted that she had seen that lady as well and had given her money. And she said that she was leaving like an hour later from the shopping center, and she saw the lady getting on a bus. So she wasn't even there getting in a car. She was there getting on a bus. So probably she was panhandling for bus money. I don't know. Right. So, but yeah, you've got a point there, Yvonne. You've got a point. Okay, let me go back down. You guys, don't forget to give this video a like since you guys are all in here. I hope you guys are enjoying this content tonight. Try to make it somewhat fun sometimes, not always make it about the doom and gloom of politics, although we are kind of talking about political stuff. Let's see. Rodney, thank you so much. Amelia says, oh, is your Facebook page public? Yes, it is. I think my Facebook page might be underneath my name, Monique Peters, but I also have my Let's Talk Darling page, and that is public. They're both public. You guys just know, if you DM me on Facebook, I'm not going to respond because I have so many people like from Africa that like send me marriage proposals like on the daily basis. So I don't typically respond to DMs in there, but you can email me at letstalkdarling@gmail.com, or you can DM me on Instagram. I try to respond to everybody there, so you can always do that as well. Okay, so Amelia says, I 1,000% agree. Immigrant from Poland who's also a mother and gay. This is the most amazing country in the world. It's not cheap, but so worth it. Awesome. So Amelia, okay, so you are an immigrant from Poland, you're a mom, and you're gay. That is, wow. You've covered all the bases, Amelia. That is amazing. So, see, you guys, not everybody has the feeling that they hate America and that Americans hate gay people. We don't hate gay people. That's not what it is. We just want the freedom to be able to educate our children the way we see fit about their sexuality. Okay. So, Amelia, I don't know how you address sexuality. I mean, you have a young daughter, but how you plan to address sexuality with her and all this other stuff. But you seem like a very reasonable person. So I would think that you're not going to be like shoving necessarily your lifestyle down her throat and encouraging her to be gay, but maybe just saying, hey, you know what? We're going to raise you as a little girl, as a kid, right? Up until the age that you're 18 and you can make that decision for yourself and your hormones have formed. And if that's what you decide is the right choice for your life, then that's the right choice for your life. That's how I feel it should be. I don't agree with, teaching kids about homosexuality and transgenderism at a very young age. I don't think that that's healthy for children. I feel like it's extremely confusing for them. And I just don't agree with it. But Amelia, welcome your thoughts on that as well. Okay. Mia, thank you. Wait, is that little Mia? Oh my gosh. She said, I really, really love you. Amelia, is this? This is your daughter. Look how cute, y'all. Mia sent me a $4.99 super chat. Oh, that's so sweet. I love it. Thank you, Mia. My youngest fan. Now I can't say anything bad. I have to be good. Now I have to be good, Mia. All right. Mia's keeping me in check, y'all. My youngest fan. Mia, how old are you? Let me know how old you are in the chat. All right. I think that I've covered all of the chats, if I'm not mistaken. If you guys know how it goes, that follow me and get on my lives. If you guys want to ask me any questions or bring up any topics for me to discuss, please just drop it in the comment section and we'll talk about it. Map flag. So sick and evil. I don't know what the map flag. What is the map flag? Oh my goodness. You guys, I don't know why, but it tastes better in this cup. It tastes better in this cup. Like I mentally feel like I'm really drinking leftist tears. Maybe that's what it is. I like really feel like I'm just drinking leftist tears in this cup. What else? Let's see. While I'm waiting because the chat's a little bit delayed, I dropped 2 videos today, by the way. I dropped an amazing video, but my thoughts on Juneteenth and the 700-pound George Floyd bronze statue, if you guys want to check that out. And then I also dropped a really, really funny video on the whole Kofifi kerfuffle. If you guys know what Kofifi is, let me know in the comments box. I really didn't pay much attention to the whole Kofifi thing, but I had heard of it. So I decided I was going to make a video about it because I was reading about like all the conspiracy theories about Kofifi, and I just thought it was hilarious. So I thought I'd make a video. So you guys should go check that one out after this or tomorrow, whatever day. Make sure to give those a like as well. All right. Sonia says, let's see. Sonia says, in NYC, there was a homeless lady literally wearing a black garbage bag smack dab in Midtown on 5th. I don't think she is faking, but many are. Why is she wearing a black garbage bag? Just because it's New York City, it doesn't surprise me because, like in cities and like in big cities in general, you see a lot of weird stuff like that. But I imagine now it's probably getting crazier, like I imagine now because of all the, crazy political social stuff going on, it's probably crazier and crazier by the day is what I'm imagining. But that is hilarious. A black garbage bag smack dab in Midtown on 5th. Amazing. All right. Oh, pedo flag. Stone says pedo flag. She doesn't like the pedo flag. There's a pedo flag? Really? For pedophiles, there's a flag too? I can't keep up. You guys, listen. The only 2 flags I've ever known, well, the only flag I recognize is the United States flag, okay? I am half Puerto Rican and half Argentine, and no. I'm American. That's my flag. Okay. That's what I care about. Now, as far as the gay community, the only flag I've ever known or representation I've ever known is the rainbow flag. That's all I've ever known as being the representation for the gay community, which I was like fine with. I didn't care about that. But now there's all these other flags and it really confuses me. I'm like, what? I thought, I don't know. I don't even know what to think. I don't know what to think. Mia is 7. Oh, bless your heart. Mia, listen, stay cute. Okay. Listen to your mom. Don't watch Nickelodeon because there's some scary stuff on Nickelodeon. But listen to your mom. Be a good person. Okay, Mia? That's my advice to you. Be a good person. You are going to be amazing if you listen to your mom, who sounds pretty amazing too, and just be a good person and be grateful and give back when you can give back and be kind to others. That's all that matters in life. You don't need to be anything else. You just be you and be kind. That's my PSA to Mia. Thank you. Oh my gosh, so sweet. I love it. Carolyn's daughter is 7 too. You guys are going to start having, is your daughter listening too, Carolyn? Y'all are going to have to I'm going to have to turn this show into the B Tatum show, like where I can't say any bad words. I can't say anything too crazy. If there's going to be kids, I'm a mom, but I have older kids. My kids are one of them's an adult and the other one's 16. And I've all my life have talked pretty openly with my kids. I've never censored things from them, but we have pretty open conversations with our kids. So, I don't hide things. I don't shelter my children. But we have very open discussions with our kids. So yeah. What else? Anybody else have any other questions? You guys, I love and appreciate so much the turnout tonight. And I'm so glad it was for this video because I really needed somebody to vent to, I vented on Instagram today and there was 25 people on there. And I was just like, I'm not done. I'm still hot under the collar about this. And I need more people. I need my YouTube people, to come and hear me vent. I want to know though, but you guys, okay. So I had a few people say that they're kind of noticing it in their city as well. But I want to know if you guys are really noticing a difference. And when I say a difference, in my area, it's an extreme difference. And it seemed like it just happened like that. It seemed like overnight, things just changed. And this different demographic of people are now in my city, in my area, that were not there before. And I wouldn't mind it so much if they weren't destroying things and committing crime and, mucking everything up. I wouldn't mind it, but I'm not happy about that. But I want to know, are you guys seeing the same thing or is it just me? Gabriella says, you should do a kid show, girl. They will love you. Oh, I don't know. I don't know what I would do for a kid show. I really don't. Because, I don't know how to be kiddie, I always talk to kids like they're intelligent people and they can understand me as I am. You know what I mean? I'm not one of those people that's oh my goodness, you're so cute. No, that's not me. That's not me at all. Maybe with the little tiny babies, but no, not the little kids. I talk to little kids like they're one of my people. I love kids. Okay. How is he healing from surgery and physical therapy? So you're referring to my son and he is doing great. So for those of you that don't know, my son is a rugby player and he tore his ACL about a month ago, a little bit over a month ago, I think. Yeah, a little bit over a month ago. And he has been doing hardcore physical therapy for 3 times a week. And he's doing really, really good. I think he's going to come back next season strong. And yes, he's coming back next season. As a mom, I'm because y'all, rugby is rough and they don't wear pads and it's a little crazy. So we just are working on getting his knee strong again so that this doesn't happen. And also because he can't really work out from the bottom down, too hardcore, we're trying to get his upper body stacked. Okay. My son is 6'1". He's a beast and he's only 16. He wears a size 14 shoe. He's crazy. All right. Let's see. Okay, Amelia says, I raised Mia traditionally Catholic. I explained as much as a child needs to know. Exactly. Oh my gosh, Amelia, you sound like an amazing mother. Wait a minute. Is that a MAGA hat from the Officer Tatum line that I see in your picture? The one that Corinne designed? If that is, I love that hat. You know what? So Mia gives great advice. Okay. And this is something that I actually learned from another gay couple, two men that I know that now their kids are in their 20s. They're going to medical school, but they were two little kids that are friends, like two men that were married. They adopted these little kids from Peru. And we've known them since they were little because they used to swim on the swim team with my daughter. And I remember asking him, you're two men, one raising a girl and one, you have a boy as well. Do they ever ask you like why you guys are together romantically? How do you address your relationship with the kids? And he said to me, the best thing I've ever heard, he said to me, we only answer the question that they ask, right? So for example, if they ask, do you sleep together? Like that was a question he got one time from them when they were little. Yes, we sleep together. And that's it, right? Most people feel like they need to like expand and explain. And he said the best advice is just answer their question directly and don't give too much information that they didn't ask for. So I thought that was the best advice. And I think it applies to every parent because as you know, kids in general ask a lot of questions. And sometimes we like to explain a little too much. And kids don't need all that. Like they're pretty much satisfied with like a really short answer. So that's awesome. That is really, really awesome, Amelia. You sound like a great person. All right. Marcia Garcia says, just got on you mad at those two girls getting trampled by gang kid while other kid was shooting at him. Then guy trying to use a girl as shield. Scary. Let me read that again because I'm not just got on you mad at those two cute girls getting trampled by gang kid while other kid was shooting at him. Then guy trying to use girls as shields. I am not quite sure what you're referring to. If anybody can make sense of that, if she's talking about something recently that happened, I'm not sure what that is. I'm sorry, Marcy, I'm not sure what that is, but maybe somebody in here knows what you're talking about. Let's see. Sonia. Thing is that if there's an influx of people because they're being dropped off, where are they living? Good question. So I was thinking the same thing today, and I was thinking, well, maybe they're living like in subsidized housing, although you are hearing a lot about in Houston, for instance, here, I think I've heard 2 stories in the last month of people that have been, or houses that have been busted because neighbors have complained of multiple people living there. And then they go to do like a visit on the house and there's something like 30, 40 people living in one house, like crammed in. So I don't know if that's what's going on and who is actually paying for that house, but it would be interesting. And it really wouldn't surprise me if, somebody from the Democratic Party isn't funding that type of situation. So great question. Amelia, she says with a $4.99 super chat, man, Amelia, you win the record today for like bomb super chats. All right. You said Florida up the police, and I've noticed it's been nicer out. As for the kids show, do it. Talk to them just like they are your little people. Oh, I'll have to think about that. We'll have to see. Let me tell you guys, this YouTube thing, I love it, but YouTubers make it look a lot easier than it actually is. YouTube doing videos, even doing lives, but like doing pre-recorded videos and things like that. It's a lot of work. It is a lot of work. Like when I tell you, like when you see me upload like 2 videos, and my videos are nowhere near like the production level of like Officer Tatum or ABL, nowhere near. Okay. When it comes to like researching, reading up on stuff, right? Staying like up to date, filming, editing, it's like 4 or 5 hours of my day and I'm the only one doing it. So, to have one YouTube channel is a lot, but to have another is crazy. And my daughter actually she's trying to start a YouTube channel. And thank God she's been kind of lax on it lately because I was helping her with hers. And it's a lot. It's a lot of work, but I love it. I do love it. And I'm very grateful I get to do this for a living. So, and Amelia, you living in Florida again, I mean, that's amazing. Florida next to Texas is one of my favorite states. My daughter actually, she just came back from Key West and she's like, I want to live in Florida, Mom. She loves Florida. She loves it. All right. Oh, Marcia Garcia said New York shooting. Okay, Marcia, let me see. Let me see if I can find what you're talking about. New York shooting. Guys use girl as shield. Let's see if this is what it is. I'm going to try to find it, Marcia. Okay, that's old. Sorry, guys. I just want to find what Marcia is talking about because she was nice enough to send me a chat. So I want to try to figure out what she was trying to say to me. Kids die for cover in brazen broad daylight shooting caught on video. Is that what it is? Is that what it is? Let's see. Hold up. Let me share my screen real quick. Let me share my screen real quick and see if this is what she's talking about. Is this what you're talking about?
For two suspects who shot a 24-year-old in the...
Oh, the connection's bad.
The Bronx as children tried to duck for safety. Disturbing video shows the gunman run up to the suspect and a 10...
Oh my gosh. The connection's really bad. Sorry, guys.
10-year-old girl and her 5-year-old brother. Both kids somehow avoided being shot. It happened on Sheridan Avenue last night.
Oh my gosh, this is crazy.
After the shooting, police say the gunman jumped on a scooter driven by the...
Yeah, it just keeps timing out. Hold on, let me read this article. So it says a
24-year-old
was shot by a suspect who opened fire inches away from children diving for safety in the Bronx. The incident was reported at 6:45 p.m. on Thursday. The children, a 10-year-old girl and a 5-year-old brother, miraculously avoided being shot as the gunman opened fire on his intended target, the 24-year-old man. Oh, so he used...
The Whopper better run. Run, King!
Oh, wait, hold on. So he used those kids as a shield? That's crazy, y'all. That is crazy. Let's see. The victim was struck in the leg. Why is my volume? The victim was struck in the leg and back and taken to the hospital where he is expected to survive. After the shooting, the suspect got on a scooter with a second person and both got away northbound on Sheridan Avenue. Wow, that's crazy. So they're not even caught. I'm telling you guys, like, this world is crazy. Crazy. Why do I have an echo? Do you guys hear me okay? Wow. Okay. Well, I'll keep on top of that one, Marcia, and I thank you for telling me about that. That is wild. That is crazy. Like, can you imagine that being your kids in the street and some crazy man comes out of nowhere trying to shoot somebody else and the guy uses your kid as a shield? My God. Mm-mm. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. All right. Let's see. Let's see. Why do I hear an echo? Okay. I think I'm good now. So what else? What else? What else you guys want to talk about? Anything else? Any other questions? I thank you guys so, so much for joining the super chat tonight. I'm sorry, the live tonight. I had a great time with you guys. I always appreciate those of you that come on and join me every single time I go live. It's a blessing. It really is a blessing to have you guys and have your support. And just sit here and chat and spend my Friday night with you because I have nothing else that I do on a Friday night. Actually, I have a barbecue tomorrow, so I was in the process of making a pasta salad. And then Sunday is Father's Day, so make sure you guys tell your fathers or the men in your children's life happy Father's Day. Make sure you treat them good and show them that you appreciate them for being a good dad, because that's something to be appreciated for sure. For sure. All right. Can't believe. Oh, yeah. Okay. So I heard about this story. I can't believe Victoria's Secret got rid of the angels. Okay. So I heard this story that they supposedly got rid of the angels. I don't know when this is going into effect, but if you go to the Victoria's Secret website, let me just go. Let me just show you guys. I mean, I don't see any soccer players or whoever they were going to put on here. I still see pretty, beautiful women. Although this is new to me. Okay. Victoria's Secret. So what I am noticing is they've done away with the super skinny models, which whatever, it's fine. Like this is a more relatable body, right? To most women. I don't think anybody could really relate to the Victoria's Secret body. And that's fine, right? Even this is fine. Like having a girl with tattoos is fine. It's a beautiful, beautiful girl. I don't have a problem with this, but making it a point to put extremely butch women, and that's all you're going to put on the Victoria's Secret website is odd to me. Okay. Because Victoria's Secret's whole brand is based on super, super sexy, super, super girly, super, super frilly. And this woman could be gay. We don't know. She could be of a different, she could identify sexually differently, right? We're not going to assume based on how she looks, but to intentionally like put really, really butch, only one type of woman on a Victoria's Secret ad. I don't know. Like, I don't know if they're doing it like with a specific campaign, or they're like making a change across the board. Let me just look over at their pink stuff. Let me just see. Okay, so now they have, is that a guy? Wait a minute. Get out of here. I hate when they do this. Look at this. Stay in touch and in style. No. How do I get out? Oh, it's timing out on me. Excuse me. Why is it? Something is wrong with my service. Okay, let me read super chats while that refreshes. Okay, you said yes, it's a Tatum's MAGA hat, one of my favorites. I also have all his shirts. My favorite one is Jesus is Lord. Everyone should check them out. Agreed. I love the Tatum's as well. Me and Brandon are actually working together on the project for Richard. If you guys don't know about Richard, go to my videos that say Richard, update on Richard. We are trying to work together to get a car donated for Richard and working out how we're going to get the car. I'm working on housing for Richard. We've raised almost $5,000 for him. So I owe a lot to Brandon and Corinne for really helping to get that message out about Richard. They're super, super passionate, as you know, about helping people. And I have been fortunate enough to connect with them and meet them and, just get to work with them in this way. So they're pretty amazing. So I am for sure going to give their merch a plug because it's good merch. I have a few of their shirts as well. And I love it. Great quality. I mean, you wash the shirt over and over and over again and it's like brand new. So, all right. Well, Victoria's Secret obviously doesn't want me to see what they're doing. So, away with them. All right. Gabriella says, I have a Victoria's Secret body. Yeah, you do. She's like a 00, y'all. Can you believe that I have to be subjected, because she does amazing hair, okay, but I have to be subjected to going to a woman who wears a size 00 and she has big boobs, and I have to stand or sit in her chair for hours, okay, watch her scarf down food and not gain a pound. Like, if that doesn't trigger me or trigger you, I don't know what does, you know? All right. But I love you. I love you, girl. All right. Let's see. All this now during a pandemic makes you go, I know. Oh, let's see. I missed one here. Got in late. Anything? Oops. What happened to it? AO says, got in late. Anything new on the Arizona audit? Okay, let me look up the Arizona audit because there is new stuff coming out all the time on this Arizona audit. I know that they are officially done with the hand count, I believe, and they haven't said specifically what the results of that are, other than saying that there has been a lot of discrepancies found. So I think they are although they've completed the hand audit, I think that they are doing multiple audits, like audits upon audits, right? To make sure that they're catching everything, because I don't know how much you know about the audits, but these audits are not your typical audit, like where they're just counting ballot per ballot per ballot. This is more of a forensic analysis audit. So they're going through and looking for distinct markings that are on the ballots that would come from the machines that the ballots are printed off of. They're looking for fold marks for ballots that are run through a machine for mailing. They're looking for unique identifiers from the actual printers themselves. They're doing signature matches. They are seeing if there's multiple signatures that are the same. Things like that. Okay. So this is not like your typical, like, we're just going to do a recount and make sure that it matches what the other numbers were. No, that's not what they're doing. They are doing a full forensic audit. So that's why this is taking a little bit longer than the usual situation. Stone asked. Oh yeah, Yvonne, I'm going to go to your comment next. Okay. So Stone asked, do you still keep up with Mr. Trammell's girlfriend that passed last year? Oh, I'm getting weird audio. What is that? Are you guys hearing weird audio? No, you didn't. You guys, look at this. This is my microphone that I use for the news. You little... My cat just chewed it. This is my microphone that I use for the news. Great. Is my audio really bad right now? Hold on 1 second. Tell me if you guys hear me better. Do you guys hear me good? No, there's something wrong with my sound. It sounds like an old Nintendo game. Okay, hold on. Is that better? No. One. I don't know why it's sounding like that all of a sudden. I really wanted to talk about this. Give me 2 seconds, you guys. Let me check something else. seconds, you guys. Okay. I don't know. It's still bad. I'm gonna have to figure this out. Do you guys hear me differently now? Tell me if you hear me now. Do you guys hear me now? Through if I go through my phone, is that better? It's gonna sound different because I don't have my microphone, but tell me if you guys hear me. Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and I want to answer this question really quick. I'll answer a few more questions and then I'm probably gonna get off because I need to figure out this audio issue. Okay, so Stone said, do you still keep up with Mr. Trammell's girlfriend that passed last year? So just to be clear, this is about Burnell Trammell, who is the Black Trump supporter from Milwaukee that I had done a video on and was helping as well. He was murdered in cold blood in front of his place of business last year. And I still do keep in touch with Pia, who is his business partner. She was not his girlfriend. She was his business partner and his very good friend, his best friend, actually. And I do still keep in contact with her. So yes, to answer your question, I do still keep in contact with her, but unfortunately, his murder has never been solved. They have yet to find who did it. All they have is this really grainy video of somebody biking away from the scene of the crime shortly after Burnell was shot and killed in front of his store. So very, very sad story. All righty, let me go back. Yeah, I don't think it's YouTube, you guys. I think it was my cat because I have a Bengal cat. And they are like legit wild animals. And he likes to chew on my wires. He's sitting over here giving me dirty looks right now, as a matter of fact, because I, took this out of his hand. But this is the microphone, my lapel that I use to do news. So yeah, the studio is not going to be happy because I need a new microphone. Anyways, let's see. Maybe I'll use the super chats to buy the microphone. Let's see here. Mark Roberts, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. You said, hello, Monique, and sorry that I'm late. Did you see or hear about the incident that happened at Walgreens in San Francisco this week? No, I did not hear about the incident that happened at Walgreens in San Francisco. Hold on. I'm typing with one hand because I'm muting my microphone with the other and I have to manually mute it. Walgreens. Oh, that's the one. Okay, that's the one where the guy literally walked into a Walgreens and he trashed the Walgreens, y'all. He trashed it. He started taking stuff off the shelves and throwing it in his cart. You know what I learned from somebody? I was on a live chat. I'm sorry, on somebody else's live chat. And was it Corinne that said it? Something about Walgreens and CVS in certain cities have authorized up to $700 of theft and they won't prosecute. I don't know if that is true, but if that's true, that is crazy. Now, I remember when they mentioned it, the states that they mentioned were obviously Democratic run states. So it doesn't surprise me in the least bit that this is a rule that they would have in the Democratic run state. But how crazy is that? If you guys have not seen that video, just Google San Francisco viral video of Walgreens theft. I mean, it has been all over the internet. It is crazy. So yeah. I have seen it, Mark. And thank you so much again for the $5 super chat. All right. Aw, Gabriella, she just lost her kitty cat, Onyx, by the way, you guys. She had to put him to sleep. So send her love in the chat because she lost her little kitty. It's like her only family that she has. And you know how hard it is when you lose an animal. So send her hearts in the chat, please, because she no longer has her cat. And it's so sad. He was sick. He was sick and he had to get put down. So send her some love. All right. Sonia says, if you go to Fenty Savage, Rihanna's brand, they say that that's the idea they might head towards. I don't understand. It's just, you guys, it's just an effort for brands to show that they're woke and they're with the movement. Okay. I don't want to give too much information, but somebody I know, and I can't say who because it's going to give away what I'm talking about, but somebody I know received a letter from their company, their place of employment, stating that, you know, they were developing a group in the office. I forget what they called it, but it was basically like a committee that was going to discuss things to like make the company more woke and more, you know, open to different ways of life and all this other stuff. Anyways, it was a long letter. Then they talked about how they were going to be updating their company merch to reflect Pride merch. Okay. Then they said they were going to start having queer happy hours, which was crazy to me. Not that I don't love a happy hour and I don't love going to happy hour with my gay friends. However, I think it's extremely inappropriate and kind of pointless to say we're going to have a queer happy hour, because isn't that like defeating the purpose? Like, aren't people that are gay invited to all happy hours? Like, I thought that's how it was. I've never been to a happy hour at work where gay people were not invited or didn't feel like they weren't invited. Like, I worked with a girl who was married when I used to work. She was married to a trans woman who had transitioned into a man. Okay. And she spoke very, very openly about it. They were married. She was proud. She loved him. He actually used to work with us. And when he worked with us, he was a woman. So we knew of their relationship, and never once did she ever like get treated differently because of it. So I don't know. It's just extremely annoying to me that companies want to act all woke and want to, you know, pretend like it's just more pandering. It's like the pandering that the Democrats do to Black people. You know, I feel like now they're pandering to the gay community too. And I don't feel like the gay community really needs that, or that's what they're asking for. You know, the same gay people. Okay, there's some crazy ones out there. There's some crazy ones out there that I'm just like, what are you doing? Like the ones that are trying to like teach things to our children at a young age. But, you know, for the most part, the world that I live in is very, very accepting to people, no matter who you choose to love. Yeah, there's going to be people that don't agree with that way of life, and that's fine. I've never, me personally, encountered it. I mean, I've encountered people who are like, I don't really agree with that, but they would never be mean or cruel to people, right? So I don't know. I don't get what companies are doing. I feel like they're contributing more to the divide than really contributing to any type of like unity, if that's what they're trying to accomplish. But that's just me. Amelia says, Gabriella, I work for Chewy and we have a new adoption program. I know it may seem quick, but rescuing another fur baby sometimes helps. Amelia, I told her to get another kitty cat. I actually got my kitty cat, Kenny, from Kara, the girl that built my website, who I've become really good friends with. And you guys sometimes see her in here as a moderator. But she had Kenny, which is my cat, Kenma. I call him Kenny because he's a troublemaker, and Kenma's just a little too angelic. But I got Kenny from her, and I love Kenny, and I think adopting is the best way. So I'm sure when the time comes and she's ready for that, she'll definitely do that. But I think she wants to like take advantage of the freedom of not having an animal to worry about at home and being able to like stay out late and go to happy hours and maybe travel and not have to worry about taking care of a kitty cat. I think she's going to wait a little bit before she commits again. So anyways, yes, Stone, it seems like they're riding a bandwagon. I agree. Carolyn says, why are they going towards segregation? Mind-boggling. That's exactly what it is. Exactly. Rodney Reese says, I've heard that they don't like it either. Oh, like the gay community, gay people don't like it. Yeah, I mean, I think that there probably are a lot of gay people that don't like it, just like there's a lot of Black people that don't like, what's going on and what, how society's trying to pander to them. And same thing with Latinos, that they try to make it seem like we're all of us are for open borders when we're not all for that, or, not really like acknowledge the fact that many Latinos that are like from Venezuela know exactly what we're headed for as far as communism goes, and don't want to acknowledge that, right? They only want to acknowledge the ones that feed into their narrative, that we're all oppressed immigrants and we can't read or use computers. All right, guys. Well, I really appreciate you guys all hanging in with me tonight, and for all of the super chats. You guys were amazing. If it wasn't for the fact that I'm literally holding down my mute button on my microphone so I don't sound like a Nintendo video game, I would stay on here for like another hour because you guys have been amazing. But I need to figure out what's going on with my microphone and fix it. And my finger is going to go dead if I have to sit here holding down the mute button. So thank you guys so much for joining. My tech guys here. I will fix this issue and I'll be back with another live. I'm going to try to be very diligent about going. That's my, yeah, Kenny just chewed that like literally right in front of my eyes. I'm going to trying to be more diligent with going live on a weekly basis and posting at least 2 videos every day. So I appreciate you guys. And let me just read this last video. Marcia says, saw your video 6 hours ago on Kofifi. No one talks about Democrat Congress passed a bill that Trump tweets can be deleted. So Twitter is in violation of that law. Okay. So if you go to my Kofifi video, I reference a law in Congress that is actually called the Kofifi bill, and it refers to social media. So very, very interesting comment, Marcia, and you are correct. I think that's exactly what it has to do with, and I think that's what Dan Scavino and Trump are talking about when they drop that little hashtag Kofifi. And yes, Stone, everyone have a blessed night, healthy weekend, happy Father's Day, and thank you guys so much